I don't know if anyone has noticed, maybe it's just me, that Vybzkartel, he doesn't get any support from his own fellow artists, his co-workers, so to speak. Yeah, I doubt very much if any of them wish him well. Yes, he's been able to call on a few on stage. Whenever he calls these people on stage, they're being paid. Nothing is free. And a man will come and work on stage with you and don't even like you. But, you know, it's putting money in his pocket. What the hell? You know, so, you know, I don't know where Chronic Law, I don't really know where he's been. It's been a minute. You have to really dig deep and read between the lines when these people are speaking. He's really speaking similar to how Vybzkartel spoke a couple of days ago concerning artists who do not perform and is taking people's money. Well, little do they know that Vybzkartel's fans, they're willing to spend any amount just to be in his company. 23,000 people will just stand there and they'll sing all his songs for him. That's what happens when you're well loved. Yeah, and you have a catalog that spans, you know, God knows how long. So, yeah, we see that they don't really rate Vybzkartel. Now, we see Vybzkartel, you know, since he came back on Monday, and even before he got back from overseas, we saw where he's doing a lot of TikTok voiceovers and everything. I don't know if he's preparing himself for the big screen. You know, I don't know if Vybzkartel is thinking about going into acting. I could see him doing something. I don't know if he has to be a bad guy. He's an intelligent man, you know, he could play the role of just about anyone. Yeah, even a doctor, a judge. Yeah, he doesn't have to be a rude boy, as we know him to be. I really do hope that we will see him on the screen someday. Doesn't have to be in theater. He could be on Netflix, you know, things like that. Or get started there and build. Who knows? I would love to see that for him. Let me see. Slem's sister's birthday, I think, was a day ago, and he gifted her a BMW. Of course, they're not in London. You don't need to be present. You don't need to be there. She probably got the money was to purchase a car while he was there. All they have to do is just wire the money, maybe directly to the BMW, you know, the car dealership, I should say. So that's a good look. Vybzkartel is very generous, regardless of what people might think. I am happy that he was able to, you know, give her a gift of such. I don't know if she's ever driven cars, like a, you know, high-end car such as a BMW, Mercedes, or whatever. But that was a good look. That was a good look. People are still saying that, you know, he's not going to marry to them and he's making her family angry and all that. You know, at this point, guys, just let them live. Let people just live. Let them live their lives. You know, she's not hungry. You know, she's not desperate for anything. She's really not in want for anything. The only want she might want is for Cartel to be more respectful when he's in company of other women. You know how to hug them. Yeah, you know, should they sit on his lap? Should they lay in his lap? You know, that sort of thing. Just a little bit more respect. I'm sure they have a good understanding, and yeah, they have a good thing going, you know, from the little that we've seen. And I doubt very much if he's physically abusing her. You know, they say teeth and tongue will meet. Well, it's possible sometime they go at each other. You know, they're human. So that's my little bit on Vybzkartel. We see he's busy. He was on some rooftop place, maybe a restaurant or something the other day, maybe yesterday or even maybe today. I'm not keeping up with the days, you know, Vybzkartel. He's always on the move, always on the go with his team. I would love to see him just rest, but we won't know if he's resting or not because he could be resting and still somebody's taping him. I don't know what to say when it comes to Cartel, but yes, he, after all these shows, he said that on stage, the last show, that his whole body was aching, and I believe that. You know, I said